with Wesley and Will.
Welcome to Other Side News, and I'm in line for The Force Awakens. My town loves Star Wars so much that we decided that we were going to recreate Hoth, as dismal a planet as that is. Waiting for my brother to show up. We'll just be interviewing people, talking to them about Star Wars. So excited to finally see this movie. Star Wars predictions. What are your predictions for this movie? Where is Skywalker?
He's definitely not Kylo Ren.
Well, I know that because I'm Kylo Ren. Okay, who's related to who in this movie? Who do you believe is there any relations here?
You know there's gonna be, but I'm
Is there another Skywalker?
I'm not gonna make any predictions. Because they'll all be wrong.
Predictions.
Predictions! My prediction is that Kylo Ren will rock the shit out of this movie.
What was your favorite Star Wars movie?
A New Hope.
A New Hope. So how excited are you for this movie? What characters are you looking forward to getting to see again?
Well, as far as excitement goes, yeah.
Come back
I'm cold. I'm out here in the cold waiting. People are starting to line up. I'm excited. Really excited. My favorite character is Darth Vader.
Right on.
Bar none.
What a coincidence! Mine too!
Ours too!
That's crazy!
Epic! Thank you. Any predictions?
What's that?
Any predictions for the show? What do you think?
Pain.
Pain?
Welcome to another episode of The Other Side. This is going to be a spoiler-filled review of Star Wars Force Awakens, because really what's the point in doing a non-spoiler? It's, hey, see it, it's good. That's a non-spoiler, 30-second video. I'm Wesley.
I'm Will.
So this is our review. Now, just to get it out of the way, if you're thinking about seeing this movie, or if you've seen it and you want to know, you have your thoughts, want to know our thoughts, is this the worst Star Wars movie ever made? No, it's not. Attack of the Clones exists. Haters, it's, it's different. Some people don't like J.J. Abrams. Some people don't like this done by Disney. Some people don't like the fact that Han Solo died. So I think that's why a lot of people are calling this the worst Star Wars movie ever, because one of our favorite characters from the originals met his end in this movie. But this is a character that was supposed to die in Empire Strikes Back. So there it is,
Take it for what you want. So, from opening crawl, right off the bat, lets us know what's going down. We are searching for Luke Skywalker. Poe Dameron?
Yeah, Poe Dameron.
And his little BB-8 droid, they're on a desolate world, Jakku, and they're looking for a piece of a map to find Luke Skywalker. So, Poe, what did you think of Poe?
I liked Poe. I thought
too.
he was definitely a character I'm interested in seeing what they do with him from here. He was funny and one hell of an X-Wing pilot. Some of the things he pulls off and that X-Wing kind of makes Luke, in anything he did, or Anakin, look like amateurs. So I thought he was a good character. Interested to see what they do with him.
BB-8. Adorable little droid. I thought he was awesome.
I thought he was good comic relief without being annoying.
Yeah.
He was good. He was a cute little droid. They were able to emote with the droid very well, and he provided your little R2 replacement.
Exactly. Okay, so anyways, then we are introduced to Rey. What did you think of Rey?
Rey, I liked her character. I thought she was interesting. It definitely, and that's one thing they did very well with 3 of the new characters they introduced. They made me curious about her backstory. How did she end up on Jakku?
Big time.
Was she at that, in the vision she sees of all the horror that happened involving the Knights of the Ren, was she actually there?
She starts having this vision, and so she goes down into the basement of this building, and she finds Luke's lightsaber, and as soon as she touches it, boom. Mm-hmm. You see her little clip on Bespin in the hallway where Luke and Vader were fighting. You see Luke and R2 for a brief second. You don't actually see him, but it's that scene where his hand touches R2. You see this school basically coming under attack, and you see Kylo Ren and these other guys that are dressed similar, which we believe are the Knights of the Ren. And then it shows her on Jakku basically screaming,
And a ship flying away from her. So how did she end up deposited there? Made me interested. She was portrayed very well. A very overpowered Jedi at the end of the movie, but I'm guessing that was, really tapping into the Force. She's very strong, and Kylo Ren will get to him, but seemed like he was a little lacking confidence at that point.
There's a scene when Kylo and Rey are getting into it, and he tells her, I can teach you the ways of the Force. As soon as he says that, it's basically like she gets that quiet, still, oh yeah, the Force. And I don't know if she's pulling, because she does,
And
it
it's
seems like she
possible
learned
she's
some
pulling
things from
it-
osmosis,
Yeah, it seems
or
like she's
she was
pulling
already
it
being trained.
out of his
And
head.
that's what I
or,
believe.
Yeah, or it came back.
I believe
when
she was already being
deposited,
trained.
She was, yeah.
Finn, the stormtrooper that goes into his first
Stormtrooper
battle.
with a conscience.
Yeah, and what he sees kind of blows him away, because basically Kylo and the First Order on Jakku, they wipe out this whole
little village,
town.
yeah.
This whole village, trying to get to this robot, because they want to know where Luke Skywalker is.
Yeah, and
it's a race to Luke.
Yes, and I liked Finn a lot.
So did
I really liked that whole opening scene, because not only did it show Finn, but it kind of humanized the stormtroopers in a way that you don't see in the original Star Wars. You don't see in the prequels. They're just guys in helmets. But that one scene with the trooper, putting his hand on his face, and you see the blood on the helmet and the reaction he has, it's like, it makes you think these are human beings.
Who still can't shoot worth a shit.
Yeah, who still can't aim.
There's one. That's one scene that bugged
I
me.
did like Finn having, just this. He's very naive in a way, and very childlike in a way, but also,
Very funny.
very funny. He was comic relief done well, but could kick some ass when it came down to it. And I'm still wondering how he survived that final lightsaber fight. He doesn't have to be a Jedi, in my opinion, but that was some serious balls if he's not.
Yeah. I love the humor in this movie. None of it felt forced. Right off the bat, you're chuckling because as Kylo Ren captures Poe, and they kneel Poe right in front of Kylo Ren, and Kylo Ren's just staring at him, and Poe's like, so how's this supposed to start? You supposed to go, or am I supposed to go? And then Kylo starts talking. He's like, I'm sorry, I can't understand you with all this. And it was little cute scenes like that.
And one final thing I will say about Finn, I did find it funny, though, that I thought Finn had better on-screen chemistry with Poe than he did with Rey. So I'm looking forward to seeing, being that Rey's off training.
Really?
I'm looking forward, I really enjoyed their friendship at the very beginning. I wanted more of them, so I'm looking forward to see, in episode 8, I'm hoping to see, Poe and Finn off doing something while Rey's off training. Because I really liked their back and forth, in the TIE Fighter when he names him, and, little things like that, and planning the escape, so. But yeah, Finn, good character.
So Rey and Finn, they end up meeting up. The First Order comes back. They still want the droid. Rey and Finn go to take off. And I love that little comedic scene when they're running to the ship.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, what about that one over there? And she's like, that ship, that's junk. Let's take this one. The one they want blows up. She's like, we'll take the junk. And as the camera pans, it's the Millennium Falcon. And everybody's clapping. I thought it was really cool. And she's a badass pilot.
Yes, she is a badass pilot, which lends credence to, we didn't cover it with Rey. Question, is Rey Luke's daughter? Maybe. So now to Kylo Ren, the new villain. And
One of the new villains.
yeah, one of the new villains, but obviously the one we're going to be paying the most attention to in episode 8, even though I hope they get to Snoke, and I still hope to God that's not his real name, but I know they'll get more into him, but Ren is obviously going to be expanded on in episode 8. My thoughts on Kylo Ren is, quite simply, I think he's Anakin Skywalker done right. He's a whiny little bitch with a temper, extremely powerful, got this emo, I'm struggling with the light, struggling with the good, I want to be dark side because I'm worshiping my dead grandfather who somehow, I don't know, he killed his master and saved my uncle, but I really think that's how Anakin should have been written in the prequels. He's menacing. When you see his ship land, when they're destroying Maz's watering hole and Rey's in the forest, after, everything you've seen with him so far, when that ship lands, I'm just like, ah, shit. I will say, for me, he accomplished that Darth Vader presence, that nothing good was going to happen when he showed up.
One of the things that I would thought was kind of cute, too, yeah, it was kind of cute. Instead of, Darth Vader force choking everybody, Kylo Ren will throw a temper tantrum.
Yeah, and just destroys machines.
There's this one scene where one of his lieutenants or whatever is telling him, sorry,
Yes.
the good guys got away.
Anything else?
And he just lights his lightsaber, and I'm like, oh, he's going to just kill this guy. And he just wails away on this instrumental panel, and there's nothing but scars, lightsaber marks all over it, and he's like, anything else? It's like, well, yeah, there was a girl. And I did not understand that
He knows
scene.
her. He knows her. Because why
Because
else
when
would
he says
he
there's
knows
a girl and
something
he's
about
like,
her?
he grabs her and he's like, what? He grabs the guy. That's when, does a little force, grabs him
Yeah.
and he's like, what girl? And then after that, they never really, he acted like he didn't really know her. So it was interesting.
I think there's
Who did he
something-
think that they found?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I think that there is a female Skywalker out there that he is aware of. Because why else would he have that reaction?
Yeah.
What would it mean? What would that mean to him? But also, on Kylo Ren, this leads, of course, to the Han Solo.
It's Han's son. Sorry, we didn't
Yes,
drop that
he is
yet.
Han's son, Ben.
Ben
which-
Solo.
Interesting trivia fact, Ben Skywalker was Luke's son from the expanded universe.
There was lots of pulls from the
lots
expanded
of pulls.
universe.
They're not doing away with it. They're just going to bring it back slowly. But anyway, the Han death and the reason why Kylo Ren, if they decide to go all the way with him, which they have no choice in my opinion, just make him an evil bastard, Sith Lord, whatever, make the audience hate him
He's
and
gotta
then
die.
bring him down when the time comes. But the one thing I saw from his cold-blooded murder of his own father is this is the first Sith, in my opinion, with the exception of Palpatine, even though Palpatine seemed like he had it under control, that is truly psychotic. In my opinion, that's Kylo Ren's problem. He is fucking crazy. And that makes him scary.
He's struggling with the light and the dark. There's one scene with Snoke, we'll get into in just 1 second, where Snoke's basically telling him, your father's involved now, Han Solo. This is going to be your big test. And so that scene where you see Kylo talking to Darth Vader's helmet is basically, Snoke feels that weakness in me. I got to get rid of this light side of me. Any doubt, actually. I didn't really see a lot of light in him, but
No, I didn't either.
but I gotta make sure there's no doubt that I'm the next guy. I am the next you. Grandfather, and grandfather, show me the power of the dark side.
Yeah, I'm really wondering what that is, what's that's all about. I'm sure they'll cover it in episode 8 because that was my biggest question with this guy is like, okay, was he always a dick like Anakin was, whiny and just kind of full of himself? Or did he see something or learn something that drove him crazy? Yeah.
Moving on to Snoke.
Moving on to Snoke. Otherwise known as
Oz the
Darth
Great and Powerful.
Darth Gollum. I don't know why Andy Serkis likes looking like Gollum, but that is Darth Gollum.
Yeah.
So, moving on to him, I was interested by him, but he definitely posed a lot of questions.
Big time.
Who are you? You look really old.
Well, the first time you see him.
Yeah, that's a little confusing with him
He's-
being 30 feet tall.
freaking huge.
Then you figuring out he's a hologram, so he could be the size of Yoda for all we know. But my question was his age. He seems really old, so it's like, how did you hide from Emperor Palpatine? Or are you actually Darth Plagueis as people think?
Which
or are
I
you just a
hope.
brand new character? Darth Plagueis would make the most sense. Or even look at how messed up and decrepit he was. I almost thought, or are you Palpatine?
Yeah, he's got this big scar right there in the middle of
Yeah,
his head.
someone took a crack at his ass at one point.
Okay, this is going to be my prediction spoiler.
What, for episode 8?
Yes. Or 9. I don't even know when this could be revealed way later. There is a scene when Han and Leia are talking. We finally get to catch up with Leia as they deliver the droid to her and the Resistance. And she says it was Snoke. It's not. Kylo, they're still, she pulls the Padme, they're still good in
Yeah.
Kylo, before he kills his father. They're still good in him. It's Snoke's fault. Snoke's the one that led him away. I'm wondering if Snoke was at that temple too.
Might have been.
I mean, since they are obviously stealing Disney.
Yes, he
stealing
could
stuff.
He could be see both. Is
Yes,
that what you're getting at?
exactly.
He's
From
a
Disney's
Jedi
on,
that
I'm going to work with you. I got
Yeah.
the Force. I can help you. And then come to find out I'm a wicked son of a bitch, and I took one of your prize students.
possible.
Just my little crazy theory. Who else did we not talk about?
Captain Phasma.
Oh, what's there to say?
Yeah,
Fire. You want me to put the shields down? Okay.
yeah.
Take your helmet off and recruit. Awesome.
Great look.
Badass look.
And maybe they'll go more, but right now she's the Boba Fett.
Yeah, it's completely
Of the new movie.
Not a lot of show, a lot of action
Yeah.
figures. To me, it was a real waste of Gwendolyn Christie, but whatever.
No, she'll probably be in the 8th one.
Maz to me was the shit because she's the one. They go to this cantina-like place, Han and Finn and Rey. He's trying to find them a ship because he doesn't really want to get involved. Han does not want to go back and deal with Leia and this whole mess. And he should. The moral of the story is stick to your gut. He'd be alive right
Stay a
now.
smuggler.
And if he had just kept smuggling creatures and stuff.
Yeah, another question I had though, just speaking of the Han situation, is we saw what that bowcaster is capable of. How the fuck is Kylo Ren in one piece after Chewie shoots him? It's
Yeah.
not like Chewie held back on that shot.
And we'll get to that lightsaber part, which I believe is the only reason Finn was able to hold his own.
And Rey was able to
Is
win. He
because-
was tired and wounded,
Yeah.
yes.
So anyways, back to Maz. She was like the new Yoda to me. She was so cute.
Yeah, she could be very
right off
interesting
the
going
bat,
forward.
when she sees Han, she's like, "Where's my boyfriend?" You know, Chewbacca's
Yeah.
her boyfriend. I thought it was really cute. But she has this knowledge. You know, she goes into a little bit about the Empire, and she goes into, you know, she can read people like a book.
And in many ways, I think Maz might set up what I'm hoping this new trilogy is about, when she says, "What fight? The only fight."
Yeah.
You know, I really hope that kind of sets up that this is going to be about the Jedi and the Sith and not a third galactic civil war, because I don't want to see another galactic. That can be there. I mean, they're both going to need their armies, but
Yeah, that's
put that in the
obviously a huge
background and make the focus the Jedi and the Sith. And I want to see more than one damn Jedi and more than one Sith. I want to
Yeah.
see, you know, fuck this rule of two stuff. You know, let's just get back to full-out war between the two.
I thought, as disappointing as Captain Phasma was, as crazy as Kylo Ren was, Hux,
Yeah, the Adolf Hitler of the First Order.
we've seen it in the trailer 100 times when they're out on the snow planet. I don't know what the fuck that planet was called, and all the stormtroopers turn around. Hux is giving this speech,
you'll find
so reminiscent of Adolf Hitler, about how they're finally gonna do away with the Senate. They're gonna do away with the power that's back in the resistance, and this new republic, this new First Order. And he's just, I mean, it's so Hitler-esque.
Yes.
And
I
and
was
then of
glad
course,
they didn't kill him too.
well, I guess maybe the planet is Star Killer.
Yeah, Space Station Star Killer, which they
Death
pulled
Star
from
multiplied
Force
by 100.
Unleashed.
And then, of course, you're going, well, what about Luke Skywalker? You've not talked about Luke Skywalker because there's nothing
He's only
to
in
say about Luke
the last
Skywalker.
30 seconds, and he just stares at the camera, and as Rey's holding the lightsaber out, but if I was her, I'd be going, "This is all your fault, asshole." Okay?
So
you could have stopped this.
They get BB-8, they got the plans, and then R2 had the rest of the map. And R2 basically been sitting in the corner like a trash can, not doing a damn thing. And then after they get back, after the death of Han, R2 activates, and it's like, oh, guess we need some backup now. And they put the maps together. Rey goes to finally catch up with Luke on the little island.
Wherever he's at.
It's beautiful, beautiful scenery.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes all the way to the top of the mountain, and there's Moses. I mean, there's Luke Skywalker sitting there looking out at the ocean, turns around, she hands him the lightsaber, and he's just checking it out. And I think, you know, because everybody's like, well, why didn't he say anything? And I think, one, he doesn't want to get involved in this crap again.
he
Does not
doesn't.
want to go through this
I think,
war.
two, he's feeling the guilt.
Yeah. And he knows what happened.
And he knows what
that
happened.
Han,
And that pain has got to be, you know, unreal.
and that's where they leave us. They can't, you know,
Yeah, it just ends.
with a whole lot of questions.
So was it the worst? No.
Oh,
Is it the
hell
best? No. My biggest critique about this movie is lack of originality. Because here's the story of Force Awakens. We have a young person who's Force sensitive on a desert planet,
Like Luke
dreaming
Skywalker?
of bigger things. Yes, like Luke Skywalker.
I want to go to Tashi Station.
Yeah, we have a companion character that at first doesn't want to get involved and is pretty much out for himself, just trying to protect himself. But then
I'm in
later
it for the money.
but then later has a call of conscience
Like Han Solo.
and comes after, and comes to rescue the hero. You have a space station that can destroy entire planetary systems that they have to take down and destroy at the end.
Like the Death Star.
Yes, like the Death Star. And then we have a Dark Lord, not a Sith yet, but a Dark Lord, cut down an old man that isn't fighting back in cold blood, in full view of the next Jedi to come.
Strike me down and I'll become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
So, is it the worst? No. They remade A New Hope.
For 2015.
That's the other side.
And we're out.